take a look at another example. In this next example, again, they start this off by saying that they want us to write an equation of a line. That should be your hint that I'm starting out with my point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So my slope on this one is, let's see, they give me 1/5. That means that's what's going to be going in for my m is 1/5. So let's go ahead and plug that in. And we've got our equals here. We've got our x minus and our y minus over here. The question is, what point am I going to plug in here? Well, I've got the point -110. So my x1 is going to be the x coordinate from the point. Be careful. Notice the x is a -1. But there's already a negative there. So that will turn the negative back into a +1. Now my y value that's going in for the y1 here is just a 10, so I can plug that in normally. It's just a 10. Now what? So what do I have now? I now have y minus 10 equals 1/5 x plus 1. Well, the first thing I need to do is figure out, is this an okay answer? And the answer is no, because they want this in slope-intercept form again, which is, remember, y equals mx plus b is what that means, which means I need to have well, not no fractions, but no parentheses, and the y needs to be by itself. So how do we get rid of the parentheses right off the bat? Well, we need to multiply out the 1/5 here, distribute it, and that will get us y minus 10 equals, let's see, 1/5 x. It's 1/5 times x plus 1/5 times 1 will just be 1/5. Now here, if you're someone who really doesn't like fractions, we can get rid of them temporarily. Well, notice, what do we have on all of our fractions? They all have a divided by 5 on the bottom. So we'll just multiply everything, though. Be careful. All the pieces left or right by 5 if you really don't like fractions. Let's just get rid of them. They'll come back at the end, but it won't be a big deal. So what will happen here is I'll end up with the 5y minus 50 equals, now on the right hand side, why we multiplied by 5 was to get rid of the fraction, so that will just give us a 1x and a plus 1. So the next thing you would do is keep going, solving for y. We would add 50 to both sides to get the y by itself. And let's see what that would do for us. That would get us a 5y equals x plus, well, the 1 plus 50 will get us 51. Last thing that we could do is divide both sides by 5, which will get us a y equals, what's in front of that x that we're not seeing, but is always there, is that hidden 1. So technically we have a 1/5 x plus that last piece. I know we had the 1/5 because everything's divided by 5, the 1/5. And we've got a 51 over 5 as well. So plus the 51 over 5. As long as our fractions are reduced, which they are here, that's all we care about. And it is in standard form, or no, sorry, not standard form, slope-intercept form, because the y is by itself and everything else is on the other side, and there are no parentheses around. So we're done. That's the equation of our line in slope-intercept form.